Hey, so I've been living in my car for 1 full year now. It's been quite a journey. I've learned a lot of things, and I just thought I'd show my setup because I've seen other people who live in cars or have lived in cars for like a year, and I saw this girl post a video, so I just thought I'd show my own little setup, right? So basically, I have right beside me is my kitchen. I mean, I have like little things for cooking here: balsamic vinegar, olive oil, a thing for soaking beans and stuff like that. I got water bottles. I got a little thing for making like protein shakes and things like that. And this is my compost. So everything like very small. Little rag there in the door. Water bottles, water cup stuff, you know, like everything super minimal, but everything that I need. And then I have this cutting board right here which is more of a table than anything, but I use this cutting board. And then there is this folding kind of plate if I ever needed one, which I generally don't. So that's it. Yeah, basically super simple. In here, the thing to see, I guess, is the bed, right? People always wonder, where do you sleep in a 2006 Volkswagen Jetta TDI? And the answer is, I had to take the back seats completely out of it so that I could fit in here. And so then I had this custom made organic latex memory foam bed in here. So my feet go there and my head goes up there, and I have two like buckwheat pillows I love them. That's what I use. Yoga mat there. Backpack there with clothes, 90% that I don't even use. I have a staff here that I use for twirling and having fun. Computer and computer stand, because the computer needs to sit at the proper height. And then just like all my little things here. Umbrella, shampoo, loofah, just different stuff. I'm pretty sure I got a couple of frisbees in there, and that's about it. I don't normally roll with the bike rack on there. It's just there because I'm in a place where I have a storage container, so I'm able to access my things. And so I have this too. Like, this has been a big thing because you're in here and it gets hot. So I put double-sided tape around the inside of these windows, and then pressed this bug screen on here. So on both windows, I have a bug screen, and so I can roll these down and have quite a bit of airflow. And I also did. There's like what is it on this thing here? I did it on here on the sunroof. I closed this, or I put bug screen on there with double-sided tape once again, so that you can get, you know, is it enough? Not really. It's still a small space. I mean, and if you don't have a breeze or whatever, it can be a bit warm, and that's why I am moving into this thing very quickly. I am fixing up this 82 Dodge B250 van, high top van, that my friend was kind enough to give to me, and I've been pouring a lot of time and energy and efforts into making it happen. But and so that's close. You know, by the end of the summer, or you know, maybe a few weeks or something, I'll be in there. But yeah, and then now I got just a couple of water things. Got this K&N air filter I'm going to throw in my car. I got my drone down there and a couple of things. You know, I took all my YouTube stuff with me, and then I ended up not really doing it just because I needed my own time. It just wasn't appropriate for me to do that kind of stuff, so I didn't. And then right now I am here just so I guess that's pretty much it, you know, for the car tour. I mean, bed, simple. Yeah, the bug screens, water. I have a battery, and that hooks up to a solar panel, so that I can essentially use my computer indefinitely during the day. I even have an inverter right there so that I can charge that battery while I'm driving or whatever, or just use it for whatever I need it to. Yeah, and that's it. I mean, and like blankets stuffed in all these spaces where, because it's like you need things in places so that you, when you're sleeping in there, so that it feels right. Yeah, keyboard back there, of course, super important. And I had a hand pan, or I mean, my hand pan is just sitting over here, but my hand pan would sit here. Also had a chair and an umbrella. Those things just aren't relevant to my life right now. I'm back in my hometown, so still living in my car, but have this ability to have a storage area. And so, yeah, I mean, this is the new one, right? It is working on it right now, but oh man, pretty awesome. Very exciting. Blank slate. Been fixing, did all the rust and suspension work and this and that. So pretty awesome getting that done. And then right now I just so I had a choice. I have this car, 2006 Volkswagen Jetta, and it was like, what do? Do I keep this thing? It needed a bunch of work. It needed a dual mass flywheel, like $3,500 to get it fixed. It needed a wheel bearing. It needs a cam position sensor. It needs new tires. I mean, it was a list of things that it needed, there were things that I thought that it needed, and I had to make a choice of whether to keep it and continue with it, or to breathe some love into it. And I'm so happy that instead of just discarding it and saying, okay, I'm gonna just get another vehicle, I poured love into it, and she's my baby, and I'm so glad. And then so right now, that's why I just have a minute. I got these rims, which they're like polished aluminum underneath, but then they got this gray in there, so I'm just redoing the gray. And then I get new rubbers, and they're the 18-inch Detroit rims. Oh, it's gonna be styling. It's a big upgrade for my car from the 16s, and they're all like beat up, the ones that are on there. So very exciting. I mean, and then here, this is like my storage trailer I do have, which is great. So it's been quite a journey living on the road, living in a car. I tell you, it's been a massively humbling experience, to just give up comfort for a year and just be like, you know what? Before I was like, I don't know how I'm going to go from what I'm doing to where I want to go. And then this opportunity presented itself, and it was like, yeah, I need to finish writing my book. I need to like just be free. I need to have epiphanies out in the desert. I need to connect with nature in a more profound way. And I accomplished everything that I set out to do. The trip that I went on really served its purpose. And so very grateful for that. And, certainly came back a completely different person. I've never heard like a dude goes out in the desert, for a long period of time. I spent a couple months just wandering aimlessly out in the desert, and I tell you, it changes a person. There's something about that energy, about being out there, a part of that and whatnot. It's transformative. Yeah. And so I've actually gotten quite comfortable with this lifestyle, hence like fixing that van up, because it's like right now, even when I have an opportunity to sleep in somebody's house, I don't like it. There's something more comforting for me about sleeping in my own vehicle, because I suppose I feel more connected to nature. Or no, I don't suppose, I know that I do. And that means a lot to me, to be out there with the other animals. I feel like sort of like a wild animal. Yeah, free. Like, sure, right now I am working a job and I pay my bills and stuff. I go to the YMCA and stuff like that to do yoga and to meditate. And that's been the hardest thing really is finding places to meditate. It's easy to do yoga, but to find a quiet place to meditate that's appropriate, meaning, yeah, but I've found my way. Certainly coming back from that yoga festival, I made a resolution to no longer make any excuses for not meditating. And so I make sure that that is a part of my day every single day, because it's important to me. And so what else too? The humbleness was like a big thing. I got very used to, because it's just such a basic living in a car. It's like I feel that I got to a point where I'm just really grateful for what I do have, and instead of focusing on what I don't have. And I got quite comfortable having just simple things, like if you just have plain bread, not toasted, not with anything on it, not a sandwich or whatever, just something to eat, just the simple things in life. You give up, you get over this thing where it's like, oh, it needs to be like this, or I gotta have that, or it has to be a certain way, and you just suck it up, princess, kind of deal is what I say to myself sometimes, or I used to. I don't really say that anymore, and it's really good to get over that I don't know, the princess and the pea kind of thing. So yeah, it's been a humbling experience living in a car, and I'm really looking forward to the van, because I'm going to be able to, it's just going to be an open concept, yoga mat down the middle, little benches on the side, so it's good for your mind space. And I might get a little one of these cubic mini stoves for it and stick it in there. And yeah, I tell you, you live in your car, you got to get over the embarrassment of living in your car, because at least for me, I went through a period of time where it's like you care what other people think. It's like, oh, if people see you and they are like realize that you're living in your car. I remember with this girl, she made a video about herself living in her car, and there were comments on it. I was like, oh, that's great. And then some people commented things like this is borderline homelessness. We shouldn't be supporting this. It's like it's not for you to decide, or to, who are you to judge, right? Like, is it a lifestyle? Are you gonna live in a car forever? Probably not. I certainly have no intentions on it. But was it a means to an end? Absolutely. It got me here, and I'm doing really well. I've never been happier. I spent every penny that I had to going down to Mexico, down to the Baja. I borrowed money from my dad and another buddy and racked up my MasterCard and a line of credit. But what I bought was, I don't know, peace of mind. I wasn't happy when I left. I didn't like my work scenario. I didn't like my living situation. I was tired of it all, and I wasn't making progress on my book and stuff like that. And I just I didn't know how I was going to escape, and then how I lost my job and stuff like that, and then just did it. And ever since then, of course, because I've been following my heart and trusting the whole way, and it is taking me places, and I have never been happier. Everything has happened very synchronistically over the last little while, and yeah, I'm I don't want to ramble on too much here, but I did want to share just a little bit about my perspective on living in a car, in a Volkswagen Jetta, with the seats completely removed in the back, and yeah, kitchen in the front, kitchen, driver's seat, bed in the back, hand pan. Yeah, it's been a journey, but yeah. Yeah. So that's it.